The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
What things would you most like to hear from your partner or future partner?
It's my turn to cook. You don't have to do the dishes tonight, and I've walked the dogs. But I think, it's nice to hear nice things about each other. I've been married for 10 years, so after 10 years, if you're still complimenting each other, it means the fire hasn't burnt out. So, but definitely compliments help. So I think nice words go a long way.
I would like her to tell me that she loves me, and that I'm handsome, and that she looks up to me, that she's there for me.
I think like encouragement and like support, like to tell them they're doing well and that you're happy with them, and just like words of affirmation, things like that. Yeah, definitely.
Honesty is 100% the probably most important thing. You hope that you can always be honest, and I think the reason people are not honest sometimes is just because they don't want to hurt someone. When you're not honest, to not hurt someone, it just hurts them more in the long term.
I'm married. We tell each other how beautiful each other are, how good they look, how much we appreciate them. We try to kind of enrich each other's lives by suggesting things to do that might be interesting for the other person. So she likes to do certain things, I like to do certain things. They're not always the same, but they're interesting to each other.
When we do see each other, we make sure we say nice things, and even just small things like thank you. It just means a bit more than it means you're appreciated.
It's just simply to let the other person know that you still love them, you still cherish them. Relationships are tough, so it's useful to remind each other that is still at the heart of your relationship. And if it's not, then that's definitely something you need to talk about, right? Rather than be stuck in a situation where you're both unhappy. But equally, in the good times, you need to make that known as well, show that you appreciate each other.
So let's go for the 5 things that men want to hear from their wives. Let's go. Number 1, what do men want to hear? He wants to hear admiration, trust. But instead, he hears what? Criticism. So a man, he wants to be cheered. He wants to be admired. Even though we may not show like the women do. You know, when you praise, when you admire a woman, they show the feelings, they show they appreciate. But man, it's not the same. You woman, you wife, when you say something nice to your man, he might not show appreciation. It does not mean that he doesn't appreciate. He does appreciate. But it's just the manner, the way he expresses the appreciation is different from yours. So sometimes you get discouraged. I say these nice things and he doesn't react. He says, okay. And he doesn't even look up to me, but in reality, he appreciates, okay? It means a lot to him. He wants to hear, can I buy? But instead he hears, I bought it. He wants to hear, can I buy? First. And instead he hears, I bought it. So it's not a matter of control. Okay, ladies? Now, Pastor, you telling me, I knew this program, chat, would be problematic, right? Because, the ladies may not like, but maybe you say, Pastor, now he's going to control my life. Everything that I do, now I have to ask permission. He's my owner now. No. In a business, think with me. If you have a business, you have your partner, before you make any decision, before you buy anything, before you make an investment in the business, what do you have to do? If you have a partner, 50-50, okay, half and half. If you need to make a decision, an investment, you need to communicate your partner. You cannot make a decision. You cannot spend money from the business, from the company. You cannot buy something without communicating, without the approval, the knowledge of the other partner. So treat marriage the same way. Marriage is the same way, okay? You need to communicate. When you communicate, things get easier, all right? I'm sure he'll understand. If you communicate, he knows that he can trust in you. You'll be easier this way. Number 3, let's go there, Chad. Number 3, what he wants to hear. He wants to hear, I am sorry. But instead, he hears excuses. So ladies, saying I am sorry is so simple, it's free. It's free. But it has a value, incalculable value. When you say I am sorry, when you recognize your mistake, you were wrong. But not in a way, you cannot do this like, I'm sorry, I did this because you did that. No, that's an excuse. That's not an apology. You are justifying yourself. And some people, besides asking, okay, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, but they also point out the mistake of the others. But you also remember that you also did this, and that. No, it's not going to work. Let's go for number 4. He wants to hear silence, or he doesn't want to hear anything. And instead he hears nonsense. So sometimes the man, he wants to be alone, be left alone. He wants a little bit of silence. Men, they're strong. They can support a lot of pressure. They can go through a lot. And they hold on to their emotions. They know how to control the emotions. And the least you can do for a man is to give him a little bit of peace. That's the least you can do, a little bit of peace. You need to know the moment to leave him alone, okay? Sometimes men, they don't want to talk about his feelings. It's not like a woman. A woman finds it very easy to talk about her feelings, what she thinks, what she's going through, but not a man. Sometimes the man, he has difficulties expressing himself, his feelings, what he's thinking, he's going through. So the way he copes with that is being left alone and with his own thoughts. And sometimes the woman doesn't understand that, and she wants to push, she wants to talk, and he's already going through a lot, and that pressure that the woman is putting on top, it really bothers the man who wants to be left alone, okay? So sometimes, man, it's true. What someone said there, Pastor, man doesn't want to hear anything. They already hear too much. In this point is a little bit true, because man wants a little bit of silence sometimes, okay? So number 5, Chad, please, number 5, what man wants to hear, gratitude. And instead he hears what? Complaining. Okay, so ladies, are you always complaining? Are you always being negative? Are you always pushing your husband around and demanding things? You're not going to get anything done this way. Okay, learn to be grateful. What are the things that he has done for you that you're grateful for? Have you told him already that you're grateful for, that you appreciate what he did for you? Because, if you don't appreciate the things he already did for you, he has no motivation in continuing to doing that. So he's going to stop, because he sees that if he does something you don't appreciate. So what is the motivation he has of continuing to do something good for you? But every time your husband, he does something good that you appreciate, that helps you, and you say, oh, thank you so much, you reward him, right? So you are training him to do what is good. Do you understand, ladies? You are training your husband. You're training him well. If every time he does something good, you appreciate, you don't complain, oh, you never do this, what do you want in return? And things like this. No, don't do this way. But appreciate, reward him, be grateful, and he's gonna be motivated to do more of that. That's being smart, okay? So these are the top 5 things that a husband wants to hear from his wife. You are going to watch now what attracts men. What are men attracted to in a woman? So ladies, get some pen and paper and write this down. This is very important. Okay, Chad, please play the video.
Beauty, youth, joyfulness. What should a woman possess to have a man be interested in her? Well, according to science, intelligence comes in at first place. For Cambridge University professor David Bainbridge, intelligence is the most attractive quality for anyone looking for a long-term relationship with a partner. Being smart and demonstrating such with their actions shows to the man that his love interest is likely to be a responsible mother. Another important feature is the smile, as shown by research from the University of British Columbia in Canada. Whilst women are more attracted to men with serious personas, men prefer women who smile more. This is because smiling would indicate that things are okay with them. Having a good temperament also entered the list of qualities that most attracts men. Those who joke and deal with everything in a more light-hearted manner become more attractive, thus increasing their chances of getting a partner. The fact that opposites repel rather than attract each other was also confirmed by the research. Similarities rather than differences are considered as important by men when assessing a love interest. One research studied 1 million matches made on a dating app and found that most people are interested in someone who looks like them. The physical beauty factor also showed a very specific characteristic. Men value natural beauty. The less of makeup and other gimmicks, the more attractive women are to men. It seems that regarding physical appearance, less is more, as they believe that excessive use of makeup hides the naturalness of women. To conclude, boldness and personality are also on the list of attractive qualities that men consider important. In order to become devoted in a relationship, men prefer women who have boldness and personality, even if they run the risk of losing their partner.
Very well. Did you see there, ladies? What men are attracted to is not only beauty, but intelligence and attitude and many other things. Even smiling is important, right? Last Thursday, I was teaching people in the love therapy that they need to smile more. You see, is the second thing that men are looking in a lady, if they smile. I was teaching this in the love therapy. That's why it's important for you to participate in the love therapy.
The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.